Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Hishi. In this video series, I'm going to be showing you how to make Krunker renders for free. Now, this is part 1, which is the basics. I'm not going to be showing you how to make Krunker renders. I'm going to be showing you how to use the software that you're going to make Krunker renders with eventually. So, we're going to use the software named Blender. This is a completely free to use software and you can download it really easily. Go to the description below, the link in the description below, and click on and you're gonna have something like this. If you're using a Mac or anything like that, you can change it to whatever you have and you can download it. After you download it and then you install it, you're gonna have this in your desktop. Double click it, just open it like you usually open an app, and it's gonna take about 5 to 6 seconds, and then you're gonna have this. Ooh, complex, blah blah blah. It's not that complex when you learn properly. And this is gonna be there, and it's the splash screen. This is what you call the Blender splash screen, and every update they have a different one, blah blah blah. Now basically just click somewhere other than this splash screen or in the splash screen, and you'll have this. What is this? The default cube, and this is a camera, and this is a light. Now the default cube and these will be there all the time. To delete all of them, you're going to click on A, and then you're going to click on X, which is X is for delete, so you delete it. But for today, I'm going to be showing you how to use Blender, so I need these three things. Now let's say you want to move how you're looking in Blender. You click on the scroll button and you move it. Don't click on this, like don't scroll, or scroll front or scroll back, which is just makes you zoom in. Just click on the scroll button and move this like this. You can move it however you want. Now I'm going to be showing you how you can move an object in Blender. There are some different ways. The first way is clicking on G. First click on the object and click on G, and you can move it like this. And let's say you want to move it in a different way, you click on this button which looks like 4 arrows, and you move these arrows to move it however you want. And yeah, next let's talk about rotating. If you want to rotate an object, you can click on R and you can rotate it, or you can click on this rotate button and rotate it however you like in different ways. And next you're going to learn about scaling. Scaling is basically making an object bigger or smaller, and to do this you can either click on the S button and this will pop up. You can just make it bigger, smaller with your mouse, and then if after you finished, just click anywhere else and it'll be done. And let's say you want to scale it in a different way, click on this button, the scale button, and make it bigger, taller, or wider, whatever you want. And that's how you basically move, rotate, and scale an object in Blender. Next we're going to be talking about the camera. Now this is the camera, and you're like, is this important? Yes, it's very important, because this is what you're going to look at. The camera view, whatever the camera looks at, is what is going to be rendered. Now let's say you want to see what this camera is looking at, or what this looks at. What do? Click on 0 in your numpad, or if you don't have 0 in your numpad, or you don't have a numpad, click on edit, preferences, and go to input. Then click on emulate numpad. This way you can basically click on 0 on your normal keyboard, and you can go into the camera view. Now when I click on 0 on my numpad or my normal keyboard, I can go into the camera view, which is basically what the camera sees. And this outline is the border. Past this border, the camera won't be able to see anything. Now let's say you're gonna ask me a question: how do I move something? How do I move a camera? Well, it's pretty easy. You move it exactly like a object. You can move it that way, this way, whatever you want. However, that's not what almost everyone does. Most of the time you click on 0 to see the camera view, and you click on N, the N key in your keyboard, and you'll have all of this. I'm just kidding, you'll only have the first three. And in this one, the view, you have something called camera to view, and you click on it. Now there's this outline that comes, and what you can do is you can move the camera however you want, and if you click on shift and move it this way, that way, it will move in a different way. So yeah, it's really neat. And let's say you want to zoom in a bit, and yeah, so you can move the camera in a way where you want to see whatever you want to see. Now you can unclick on it after you've done your adjustments, and when you move in another way, okay, you're back in normal view. Okay, okay, now what else? Now it's a lighting time. Now lighting is very important, because if you don't have a light, it's just gonna be completely darkness, just like my heart. And now you can move it however way you want. This is what I call a point, what everyone calls a point light, and I really don't like it, because I just don't. And you can go to camera view, and let's say you want to see what the final result will look like. That is the rendered view. So click on Z and click on rendered right here, and it will basically show you what the render will finally look like. And this tube looks like this. Wow, so ugly. Okay, so let's say you don't want to see what the render looks like. Let's say you want to go to what the colors and blah 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 looks like. Go to this, or click on Z and click on material preview, and this is what this shows colors and stuff, but with no lighting. There's no light. It's an automatic light that blah blah blah, something happens, but you basically can just see a material, objects, material, colors, and blah blah blah. So now you have this. Okay, now what you're gonna do is, I don't know what you're gonna do. Okay, so let's say you don't have any of this, nothing. I'm gonna click on AX, and then I'm gonna delete all of this. Oh no, there's nothing here. What are you gonna do? You click on add over here, and you find something called mesh, and here you can choose a ton of things, and I'm gonna choose the monkey. Yes, the monkey. Oh, haha, I don't know, whatever. And this is what the monkey is gonna look like. And I wanna add a camera. You go to add, and you add a camera, and you have a camera right here. You can move it however you want, and I want to move it right so that I can see how I'm seeing in the view. So what do? Click on Control Alt and 0, and boom, the camera automatically moves in your position where you're viewing, and it will look like you're looking at looking at where you looked before. Now you click on camera to view, and you can move it in this way. I'm gonna make it look like this, and I'm gonna zoom in, and that's how I want my camera to look at. Now there's a monkey, and I want light. There's no light, because if I go to the rendered view, there's no light, you can't see shit. And to fix that, we're gonna add a light. I'm gonna add this. Click on add and go to light. There's a bunch of things. I recommend going to the sunlight, and there's something over here. Move it, go to camera view, move it down, move it in a way where you can probably see the light. Okay, I'm gonna make it like this, and now I'm gonna go to rendered view, and as you can see, voila, light. Now let's say you want to make this background, the gray weird background, completely transparent. What do? You go into you go into render properties, and you go to the film section, and you click on transparent. Now when you render it, you're not gonna see a background, you're just gonna see the monkey, right? Now lighting is done, but let's say I want this light to be bigger. Like when I mean bigger, I mean stronger. And to do that, go to this lighting object data properties and increase the strength. And as you can see how it increases, decreases, whatever, right? I'm gonna make it 2. No, I'm gonna make it 2.5, I would say. And now there's a lot of things here. There's gonna be something called shadow. Now if you turn off shadows, you can see over here the shadow of this part just disappears. Shadows are there for realism and stuff like that. I recommend keeping it on, but if you don't want it, you can click it off. Now let's go back to material preview, and I want this monkey to have color, right? What do? I go to object mode, which is the only thing here, click on this monkey, click on the shading tab right here in the middle, literally in the perfect middle, and oh, the monkey's name Suzanne. Nice. Okay, so you'll have the monkey right here. I'm going to go to object view, and now there's nothing here. What do? Click on new, and you'll have all of this complex shit. Now you can basically change the color of the monkey, and let's say I want to change it to a red monkey, or no, let's say a peach, a skin tone kind of monkey. I'm going to click on this, which is the base color, and I'm going to change it to a peach kind of color. Let's see. Okay, I don't know, something like this would work. And now there's a bunch of crazy stuff here which I'm not gonna meddle with, and which I will explain, by the way, in the future, in the next series, the next parts of this series. Now you have a peach monkey with color and stuff like that, and let's say you go back to the usual the default solid view, it's gonna look like you have nothing. That's why there's something called the material preview. This you can see what the colors look like and the material looks like without actually rendering this, without actually looking at the rendered view. Now you have this, and now I'm going to go to rendered view, and this is how it's going to look. It looks pretty nice to me to some point. And now let's say you want to render this. It's really easy. If you want to render this, click on F12 on your keyboard, and a tab will open up and it will render your monkey. Oh yeah, so all these things that I've taught you, it applies to almost everything, and this is basically the simplest tutorial you can find to make Krunker renders in the future. This is insanely easy to do. Now let's say you want to save this monkey. Let's click on image and you click on save as, and after you click on that, you can find wherever you want to save this as. I'm going to put monkey and save it. And before you save it, you have to check if the file format is PNG. It has to always be PNG, and then you can save it, and it's saved somewhere on my computer. Now you can cancel the tab if you want, and let's say you want to save this file so that next time when you open it, it will look like this, and you can do changes, stuff like that. You click on file and you click on save as, and you save it wherever you want, and that's my tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, because if you want to watch the next parts, you can just get a notification, easy peasy for you. And subscribe if you like Krunker content. And yeah, remember to like the video if this helped, and thanks for watching. Have a nice day.